Fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. In the streets our heads are lifting as we lose our inhibition. Celebration, it surrounds us. Every nation, all around us. Sing forever young, singing songs underneath the sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game, and together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. So wave your flag, now wave your flag, now wave your flag. Oh, 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 oh.
aad iyo aad u mahadsantihiin imaatinka aad imaateen waqtigiina qaaliga aad noo soo hurteen anigoo ah magacayga Farxiyo Mohamed ahna executive director Somali ee Family Safety Task Force waxaan inta maanta aan ugu celebrate gareynaynaa East African Young Men iyo Summer Youth Program marka aad iyo aad u mahadsantihiin waalidiinta inoo imaatay iyo asxaabta waxaan idin leeyahay soo dhawaada. Thank you for coming. I would like to thank all of the city of Seattle, our environmental, Seattle housing, and other friends who is here tonight to come to support us with this gathering. I really appreciate to come in behalf of the Somali Family Safety Task Force. Would like to thank you, all of you, coming for your Friday evenings. And I really appreciate to join with us. Also, I would like to thank you for our young men's group and our summer youth program. Thank you, all of you guys. Without you guys, we wouldn't do this. So thank you from City of Seattle. Thanks a lot. And also, I would like to welcome two young Somali group for the young East African group, Omar Hassan and Sami Ahmed. Would you come, please?
My name is Omar.
My name's Sammy.
And we liked, on behalf of the Young Men's East African group and the Seattle Youth group, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out tonight. So in our Young Men's East African group, we meet every Friday. For the past 12 weeks we've been meeting, and we've been being mentored by these professionals from different professions, and they've been teaching us things about their life and their opportunities they got and what they've had to overcome. And so one person that I found really intriguing was Dr. Ahmed. And so being that we're the same ethnicity, and he came up with less resources than I have, he went to Ingram, got a 3.7, went to Wazoo, and is now a doctor. I just find it really inspiring because I have more resources than him, like this program, and I feel like if he could do it, I could do it too.
One person that was very beneficial to me, I'd say this guy named Ike from University of Washington Athletics. He inspired me to never give up because he went through a lot of obstacles and he overcame them, and a lot of stuff that I'm going through right now as a young teen, he went through when he was a teenager, and that helped me. His story was very interesting because he got injured when he was in 7th grade, and he didn't know how to read until the 11th grade, but he wasn't that good at school. Also, he was good to the teachers. And then they tried to help him. And then luckily he got an offer to this small college in Hawaii. Was it Hawaii? No, he's from Hawaii. He got a college offer from University of Washington. He had a 2.5 GPA, and then he got injured. I think his second year, and then he continued to fight on, and then he played pro ball at New Orleans Saints, and I think the Giants, and that just helped me because his story was very interesting. He got injured. He wasn't that good at school, but he still he struggled a lot, and that helped me to just keep trying and do myself, I guess. That's it.
For the past 11 weeks, these young men have been meeting on Fridays for at least 2 hours in the evening, and they've given up their time to participate in this leadership and empowerment program. I'd like to introduce Abdi Ismail, the facilitator. Thank you. Abdi has worked with the young men throughout the program, and then I'm going to have them introduce themselves individually and let them tell you about one inspirational moment there for the program. And I also want to introduce Mr. Arali. He's been a longtime supporter. He attended with his son every week, and you'll hear more from him and his son Mohammed later in the program. So, Abdi, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hello, everyone. As Estella says, my name is Abdi, and it was a wonderful program, and and youth did benefit from this program. And when we started, and we knew it was going to be helpful, but we didn't know exactly how it was going to be helpful. So as soon as the youth came in and started listening, and we were talking to them, educating them, and in a short period of time, the youth took that knowledge into the real world, and pretty much affect their life and change their lives, and they see the results right away within the first 2-3 weeks. And so just want to make and say that. So my name is Abdi Ismail again, and I'm going to let Rashid Arali introduce himself.
Hello everyone, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Rashid Arali. I'm the father of one of those youths right here. There are two today, but one of them participated in the program, and it was really great. Excellent program, and it was a great beneficiary from not only for the youth, but actually for the parent. It was a good program, and it's a great and it's excellent. And I hope we get a more program like this program, because as a Somalian community, we are a big and huge community in this city and this county, and also in this state. And there's a lot of things we need from our local authority, whether they are the city or the county or the states. And I'm thankful really for everybody who participated in that program, including all intellectual people we met from the university, from the college, and also from our local community. And there is also a lot of programs we need for the community, not only for the boys, but there's girls also out there, and the girls need the support too. And it's really was grateful. Thank you. Okay.
Omar, you already introduced yourself. Just say your Omar.
One thing you learned. All right, so once again, my name is Omar, and one thing I learned from this program is how to build my network, because we met a lot of different professionals, and we learned a lot from them. And just taking their number down, getting their email down, and just emailing them if I ever needed some questions about their profession or others, just advice. I feel like it's very beneficial.
Okay, what the youth are doing, each of them will express and some of the things they learned from the program, and how did that impact their life. So, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Yu, And the very first day I joined this program, the speaker was, he came from a background similar to mine. And I noticed that like he was called a nerd and he was patronized for that. And how he was telling us a story of how he kept applying to scholarships, kept doing him, and ignoring all the hate he was receiving. And that really inspired me to go out. And he told us, and he said, next time you join this program, I want you to give me a scholarship. And then the next time I came in, I had a scholarship. And that really inspired me to apply to more and more scholarships.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Hi, my name is Atsa. I'm one of the youth. I'm one of the youth, the East Africa. I learned so many things.
Thank you. All right. Hi, guys. My name is Zane. I'm one of the youth for this group and also a mentor for the Somali Family Task Force. Abdi stated here in the beginning of this program, we didn't really know what we were doing. We didn't really have like any goals or anything. We were just talking about like what we wanted to get out of the group and some things that are beneficial for us. As you can see, a lot of us are students and graduated students, and we're talking about how we needed things that would benefit us. For example, like how to get scholarships, how to do presentations, how to go up on the stage right now, what I'm doing to you guys, and talking, and a lot of things that I would use for life skills in further other places. So yeah, that's one thing I learned from this group. Thank you guys.
My name is Mohammed, and I was part of this Friday program of this youth group. And one thing that I find inspiring is that on the second week we had a guest speaker come in, and his name was Dion, and he told us like how he got into college and all the scholarships he filled out, and how it was a great opportunity for us because he was trying to help us get ready for like college and like sign up for scholarships. And he also mentioned how he would like always go after his goals, and when he sets a goal, he would always work hard and be consistent for his goals to come true. And that's something I found inspiring.
Hey guys, my name is Mohammed Noor. I am the son of Rashida Raleigh, which is behind me. I'm also a part of the youth program that, right here. When I first came here, I was, as I was supposed to be expecting, is something that would like help us with our future, and that sets our life like on the right path. And the very first profession said, he told us how his life was kind of hard, and then he had to do so much to get his life fixed. So he played sport, and the guy became a businessman. He filled out so many scholarships, and then they were all searching for him in his school and stuff. And throughout this whole program, what I learned is that, our first step in our future is to believe in ourselves, just as our parents and other adults believe in us. And another thing I learned is that we, the youth, have an opportunity that the adults did not have, which is to learn. And because back then they didn't have, some of their parents didn't know how to read or didn't know very much. So now we have, we as a community come together to help each other out and be successful, just as our parents and our adults believe we could be successful. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Haitham. and I'm part of the task force. And one thing that inspired me was to never give up on your dream. Always do the hard work, follow your dreams, and never give up, because that will lead you to something successful in your lifetime. And also, another thing that I learned was, start working on your colleges, start doing your letters and stuff to be ready for colleges and move on to better things in your life. That's one thing that inspired me so much about this program.
My name is Fahad, and one thing I learned is making goals for myself, whether it's short-term goals, long-term goals, and what goals do is help you prepare for life, school, and just help you prepare to be a better person.
Hi, my name is Anad, and my favorite part about this program was when we had guests come over every week and tell us about their life, and I looked into it, and their lives were about like how they overcame some sort of obstacles and stuff like that, and it really taught me a lot.
Hello, everyone. Well, my name is Abdi, and the first time that I was introduced to about this program was by Abdi. You know, I call him my coach because he first started coaching me in basketball, and he was, coaching us in basketball, teaching us how to play basketball, and he was just been a long-time mentor. And when he told me about this program, since this program is about getting into college, I said, I need to be there. And usually, today, in this age, it's hard to find people that are committed and come and say that I'm going to do this, and then they never show up, But I had to be that person to show up. Not that I'm saying that, I'm committed or, trying to brag or anything like that. But this is an essential program. It is a significant, essential program for the youth in order for them to get exposed with, college scholarship opportunities and to meet people who actually did it from scratch, people that are professors, people that, did great things in their lives. So it's a great privilege and honor to be part of this program. And I'm very thankful to the coach here for everything that he has done for us. Because I honestly wasn't even committed to going to college. Now that I came to this program, I'm finally committed to getting into college. I actually did sign up already. And I would recommend everyone to be part of this program because a lot of the youth nowadays, on a serious note, they're out doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. So to be part of a program, it is something that is substantial, it is something that's significant, it is something that is essential, and it is something that is important to be part of this program in order for them to not, be doing things that they're not supposed to be doing out there. So this is a great program, so that's all I'll say. And once again, I really want to be thankful and grateful to the coach here, Abdi. So thank you very much, everybody.
And that's everyone. And now we're going to welcome back Stella back to the stage.
Thank you, Abdi. At this time, I'd like to welcome Rashad and members of the Summer Youth Program to the stage. These young people met throughout the summer and along with the last 6 weeks or so on Wednesday afternoons, and we received funding from Seattle Housing Authority for this group. Members of the Young Men's program also served as mentors in this program and worked with the younger youth too. So thank you, Rashad.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Stella. Hi folks, my name is Rashad, and I came onto this program a little bit later into this fall, and this has been going on since the summertime. and I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into, although I have worked with youth many times in the past. But I didn't realize just the dynamic and the diverse qualities of these youth, and just how sharp and brilliant they are just by engaging them in conversation. I've learned so much through the skills that they already hold, but by really being able to like delve into some really challenging conversations, or even just one exercise we did one day was just say like just some regular words you hear in society every day, and just to see their responses and how quick and their acute awareness of things in the world. It was a real honor for me to be part of this program, and then to bring them and get them ready for today has been also a really great task. Now, I want, Zane is going to say a little bit about the program from being part of it from the beginning through the summer, and then we'll have each one of the youth come up, and they have something that they want to share too about their time and experience in this program. Thanks.
Give it for Rashad again, please. All right, so like I said, my name is Zane, and like he said, Rashad came into the program about fall, in this fall season, and this program has been running since the summer actually, and that's what I'm gonna speak a little bit upon, and how like we got to this point. In the beginning of this program, I believe it started in the end of July or beginning August. It was kind of like the other program where we didn't really know anything, but it was a whole bunch of students. You guys see a whole bunch of students up here right now that we're just like coming up with different ideas, different things that we thought we wanted this program to get out of. One thing that we knew was that we'd have this tonight with what we have right now, and they gave us a budget of $1,500, and they told us, go, this is the program, this is whatever you guys have to do, come up with whatever you want, and this is what we came up with tonight. But it started off as kind of like coming in the morning, we'd do different activities. Each week we'd have like a different topic or a different theme, and then at the end of the week we'd have like a field trip that we'd go to that's related to that thing. So for example, one day, Cello, actually one of our people who ran it in the summer that was with us over here tonight, she had a thing where we'd have discussions of like current events, for example, like Black Lives Matter or different things going on. Like I remember one week where the Minnesota shooting happened and a whole bunch of people were getting killed, and we came in the next day and we were talking about like a discussion about what's going on. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it just? And just like different things that we learned that week. And then that happened throughout the summer. We'd come in the morning, we'd leave, then we'd have lunch or something like that, then come back, we'd work on different activities, then we'd do like more of like physical activities outside, go out to the local Van Asselt Community Center, work with them a little bit. And it was very good to see like all these students up here mature and turn into like the students we see here today. I just repeated myself, kind of nervous, but yeah, that's a little bit of what I want to say. I'm gonna let them come up and say what they learned. So without further ado, Muhammad Sharif.
Good evening. To reintroduce myself, my name is Muhammad Sharif, and I'm here to talk about my experience in the summer youth program. This program started in the summer, which was every Monday through Friday, and in this program, in the morning we would practice school-related skills and also public speaking. I think it was a very good opportunity for us youth to each get a chance to practice these skills, because it would help us with these things in the future. And yeah, that's something I enjoyed from this program.
My name's Jonas, and I was introduced to the Somali Safety Task Force Summer Youth Program by Farhia, and I learned a bunch of social skills to help me in my daily life. And then we did a lot of fun things like debates, and we went on field trips, like to factories and so on. And why I like this program is it taught me a lot of stuff because now as a freshman I get to use this stuff.
My name is Shamus, and one thing I like about this program is we used to go on field trips and we go on field trips and like have fun and spend time with each other.
Hi, my name is Sagal. I'm a Running Start student at Central, and I'm a senior at Franklin High School. And I came into this program not being able to talking in public like I am right now. And then I got to meet all these people who I already knew, and I just felt like I was able to break out of my comfort zone and talk and argue and debate about things, social issues and stuff like that. And now I feel like I have like the speaking skills to like use in my daily life and for the future, and yeah.
Hey guys, it's me again. I actually came into this program really late, and I was exposed to new students. I didn't really know who everybody was. And I feel like this program really opened me up, and I learned great communicating skills. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Abdi, and I'm here to say thank you to Chalo, Mama Farhia, to help us how to debate and how to communicate with people. And I'm saying thank you to everybody for coming to celebrate with us. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hussein, and one important thing that I've learned from this program is being able to connect and bond with people in my community and background, and I think that's important because you don't see that a lot these days. And this program, what it helped me was break out in my comfort zone and basically being able to do stuff like debate. That also not only helped me in my communication skills, but it also helped me learn as an individual, and it can help me with my schoolwork and etc. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Hodin and I'm a sophomore at Franklin.
I'm Decca and I'm a freshman at Franklin.
When we came into this program like at the beginning, and we learned a lot about our peers, and we learned about our group, like the people in the group. We learned more communication skills than we ever did, and we learned about public speaking skills. We went on field trips, and we had people come and talk to us about their professions, like the other men have. And we met someone named Awa, and she's sitting right there. And she's a lawyer, but she didn't know she knew what she wanted to be, but she had to overcome struggles and to get to where she is now. And she didn't have the resources or anything. She came from a foreign country, and she earned her way, and we really just respected her for that.
Yeah, and we really appreciate Cello and Rashid and Ms. Fahia for creating this program.
To help us open up and be the young women and young men we are today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ekram Idris, and what I learned about this program was communicational skills. And what I mostly liked about this program was that everybody was really close and comfortable with each other.
My name is Haisam, and one thing I liked about this program was that we all had each other's back. We had family problem and all that, and we all had each other's we had respect for each other, and we're just going through things the same way as my partners and my teammate. And that's it.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Consuelo, and I was one of the facilitators of our youth program, and I am not a youth expert at all. I don't work with youth. I told Fadhia that this was not my area of expertise. I'm a university professor and a researcher, and these youth blew me away. It was such a privilege. It was such a privilege to work with you guys this summer. And it had an incredible effect on me. And I'd like to thank you very much.
Thanks, Chelo. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Arale and Mohammed. Can you please come up, men's group, and like to have them share their experiences as a father-son duo and mentoring as they came every week, and we're committed to being part of the whole process. And it was a unique experience to have them here and to be present and to participate with the group. So I'd like them to share some of their experiences.
Thank you. You guys already know my name is Mohammed Noor. Of course, this is my father. Ever since this program started, first I didn't know about it. My dad told me, he was like, he's like, son, I want you to be a part of this. And I believe once I got into this program, it brought me and my dad closer, because as we were talking about this life and then future and then all these advices, he would come to me and say, while we're driving and while we're in the car and stuff, he would be like, I want you to chase your dream and everything. And he was like, okay, you have to, everything your parent says about your future and what you choose, and you know how they say, I want you to become successful. I want you to, believe in yourself. They're the three words I believe that are most very important in a teenager's life is believe, confidence, and visualize. Reason why is because with these three things, you cannot do one without the other. There's visualizing. Let me go further into that. Visualizing is know what you want to be in the future. Know what you want to do in life, whether you want to make a community, where you want to bring people together. And the believing part is what comes after it. It is I believe I can do this. I have the confidence to do this. I can do this with other people's help. And you have such good people around you, and why won't you take advantage of that and all that stuff? I've been here long enough. Here's my father.
Thank you very much, son. My name is Rashid Arale, like I said before. I'm father of Mohammed. And also I'm the father of the 6 kids. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. He's the 4th one. He's kind of in the middle. And it is a blessing, really, when you are a parent, a father or mother. It is a really blessing to have the kids, as you know, everybody. And as a father, mother is always around the kids. You know, the first teacher we have in this earth, it's a mother. If somebody can teach somebody else, it is a mother. Fathers usually, they can do some other things in and outside. They take care of the family. They can protect the family like a lion territories. But they really don't know a lot of things about what's going on inside in home. Because the time as a father is really at home is limited. And it is a great time, and it's a very, very amazing time when you are around, when your kids are learning. My favorite job, if I really want to become, if I have a choice to become somebody, I'm too old now. I don't think I'm going to become. I used to do some things like that, but I'm not really am now professional. But my very lovely job I ever dreamed is to be a teacher. There was father one time asked his son, what are you going to be when you're growing up? And he told him, I'm going to be a teacher. So when you hear the word of the teacher, the first picture coming to your mind is the teacher of your kids, whether they're first grade or second grade or your third grade. And it just look like maybe that is not a big, important job. So the father says, teacher, well, I don't know. I thought you're going to become the lawyer or maybe scientist or doctor. It's all those, he said. And the little boy says, well, Dad, maybe you're right. But without the teachers, where is the lawyers and the doctors and scientists coming from? So the teacher is a most important job we have in this earth. It's just like a mother. It's a great experience for me, and I believe every father who trying that one is going to be for them too. When you see when your kids are learning around you, when you sit right down there and you're watching your kids and some other kids who really learn something. You can learn with them, they can learn from you. At the same time, you can learn from them. Always when I'm telling them something, my sons or daughters, when I'm telling them something, I tell them exactly a lot of things. Many of the parents, they don't tell their kids. And when they ask me, how do you know that? Dad, how do you know that? How do you know these things? I told them I used to be a boy. Remember, I used to be a little kid. I used to do this, I used to do this, I used to do so. I know everything you're planning to do. Muhammad and I, we've been coming in here last 12 Fridays, right? We missed one, actually. We missed one. It was 11. This is a 12th one. And it was really amazing things. We met with a lot of other kids like his age, some of parents. We met with a lot of intellectual, well-educated people, professors from the college, from the also in the university, and very honored people from our local community. It was really, really, really great. We've been working together very well. I love him. He's a good son. He's very smart. And I hope he will do in that path. Thank you very much. Have a good.
Thank you so much. You know, as an educator, I too use those lines in my classes. I tell them, my students, that I learn as much from them as they learn from me. I think it's a two-way street, and as a parent, it's great to hear you say that. And thank you so much for your dedication and your commitment. Thank you. At this time, I would like to bring up Abdi and Abdi to talk about their experiences and their success stories as part of this program and how Abdi helped the other two Abdis get back into school. Yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm back again, Abdi. So we're just going to give you guys a little bit of history of and some of the way these two gentlemen benefit from this program. And I'm pretty much kind of interviewing them right here in front, and they'll kind of answer those questions that I'm asking. And you want to introduce yourself right here?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Shirat. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Shirat. Started this program. You want me to talk about? Yeah, my name is Abdullah Shirat.
Hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Abdi.
Okay, and this is going to be a basic question. I'm going to ask these two gentlemen right here, and the first question will be going to you, Abdullahi. And what did you learn from this program?
So the most important thing that I learned about this program is to be part of something that will help you with your future, because when you are part of something. Now it can help you with your future. So the reason I came here is because it would benefit my future so that I can get an education. And when I'm educated, I can, help the community and I can help people. So I think that's really important to get an education. And as I remember, one of my brothers would tell me, I will never stop talking to you until you go to college. So now that I committed to going to college, he's going to stop talking to me.
That's a little preview of and some of the things he learned. So, okay, can you give us a little bit of preview of the success and how do you success from coming to this program?
So the success from this program is when you meet professors who, one of the professors that I met, his name was Ibasa. So he says, don't ask me how long it took me to get my PhD. Ask me what I've achieved, And that's what he was talking to me about, and that's something that I took away. So the thing is, don't worry about how long something will take. What do you want in life, So, and when they pose those questions at you, you want to respond and take the knowledge from them and just do it, Nike it, So, yeah.
Okay, and Abdullahi, and what did you benefit from this and program? And we could give us a little bit of history of the success that you had.
First, when I came to this program, is it up? Okay. First, when I came to this program, I was kind of struggling on my education and what career path I should take and what high school or university or college I should get into. I discovered this program through my brother Abdi. He connected me with the right people. We got professors coming in every Friday. We got mentors coming in and just encouraging us to certain pathways and things to do and things not to do. And that's one of the greatest things I've benefited from this program.
Okay, give us a little bit of a preview of the online school that you got accepted.
Recently, I just got accepted to an online school, and it's going good too. So I just kind of started. So inshallah, I'll probably tell you guys when I'm done to the experience.
Okay, and Abdullahi right here and was a gentleman that was interested to go back to school for a long time, but he didn't know exactly how to begin or how to do that. So, and when he came into this program, what I did was first trying to find out and what does he really want in life and what does he want to study. And as I was talking to him, I can see that he wants to go to school, but he's just a little confused how to get help to go back to school. And I just take the lead and help him and with the FAFSA, with the school information that he needs and all that information. And now he's and pretty much starting school as soon as possible right now. And then Abdullahi right here, and he was trying to finish up his education in late part of high school. So and he came and he wanted to finish it off, and I had this program and an online program through a program that I work with. So I pretty much and get him enrolled, and now he's in a process of and completing that program, and he's way to go to university or college now. So and this is some of the in fact and proof that some of these guys were benefiting from this program and they're learning from him. And if you want to emphasize more, Abdi, about that success.
So basically, for me, like right when I graduated high school, my struggle was I didn't know what I wanted to study. So, and as a Somali person, my parents were Somali, so they always want us to be a doctor or a lawyer or nurses or something like that, or I can't think, engineering or something. So I told my dad, I wanted to be an engineer, and he's like, no, don't do engineering because you're not gonna find a job. There's people who don't have a job. And honestly, I looked into it, I wasn't even passionate about it. And then I made my mind, I told him, I said, I wanted to be a doctor. And I looked into it, he was excited about it. And when I even told him I wanted to be a nurse, he was excited about that. So now I made up my mind, and it's good that now that I made up my mind, I want to be a respiratory therapist. So that's what I'm going to go to college for. Hopefully, if I do 4 years, then I can, go to medical school and try to become a doctor or something. But, you know, the most important thing is doing something that you're passionate about, not doing things because your friend is doing it or your parents want you to do it. So, you know, now that I found something, you know, I'm just going to stick with it and be committed and, you know, take it to the finish line.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much for the testimonies and sharing your experience in our little program. My name is Awa Kone. I am a director of a health program at the University of Washington, and I'm an immigration attorney. I have been involved in doing community work here for many, 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 many years, and it's just wonderful to see that the little effort that we bring that's still being appreciated and enjoyed by the community and now by the youth. I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank the people without whom we would not have been here today. So I want to thank our funders. On behalf of the Somali Task Force, I want to thank our funders, particularly from the city, Mr. Tim Wolf, who didn't make it today, but from the Department of Neighborhood for really believing in us and helping us, and with us often assisted by Anya in making supporting the activities that we have. So thank you. I would like to thank the folks from the Seattle Housing Authority. I would like to thank Mr. Andrew Lofton, who's not here, but please thank him for the work for the support that he brings to our program. I want to thank John Forsythe for being here, for believing in us and being always there to support us. And of course, Philippia, who's the rock behind everything we do here. And thank you for being always there for us and with us. And there was someone from the mayor's office, but I think the person may have left. So, but again, thanking them and the mayor's office for coming to have a presence in our activity. I want to thank our young men and the young women for being part of this program. Without you, we would not have had this, so thank you. I know sometimes it wasn't easy, but sometimes we clash, but we made it happen, so thank you, and I think we all learned lessons from it. I would like to thank the teachers. I would like to start with Cello for starting this and being the first teacher, and followed by Murphy, who also helped as a facilitator and as a teacher. And now we have Rashad and Abdi, who are helping making this happen. So thank you. And also want to thank the guest speakers. We had many guest speakers over the summer and the last 12 weeks for really sharing their experience and mentoring our youth. And particularly want to thank again Mr. Shego for supporting us, and also want to thank Mr. With his dad. Can't see it. So anyway, I want to thank all the guest speakers for really believing in the program and supporting the program. And lastly, I want to thank the members of the Somali Task Force. What we do is not easy. Sometimes we are the cook, we are the cleaner, we are the shopper, we are the teacher, we are everything. That's what community work is all about. So thank you to Fahia, thank you to Stella, and thank you to Yolanda. Thank you for all the community for believing in us and supporting us. So thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Mamada, runtii waxaa farxad iyo inaan idinkala soo qayb galo munaasabadan qiimaha iyo qaayaha badan waa waxaan la heli karin aad baa ugu faraxsanahay runtii waa maalin taariikhi ah oo dhallinyaradeenna maaragtay ay graduate gareeyeen waana maalin inagu weyn waxyaalaha noocaan oo kalaan ah runtii inaan soo buuxino oo aan ka qayb qaadanno oo aan kaalin weyn ka qaadanno aad bay u mudan tahay waayo waa u bixii ummadeenna soo baxay marka runtii ahaantiina aqoonta waad ogtihiin muhiimadda ay leedahay oo ilmaha u leedahay iyo waliba dhalinyarada iyo dadka waaweyn intaba marka inaan ku dadaalno sidaan oo kale la badiyo maaragtay munaasabadaha noocan oo kale ah ee graduation-ka ah ee wax lagu kororsanayo waa muhiim waxaan leeyahay maaragtay dhaqankeenna iyo culture-keenna ayay ka turjumaysaa isu imaanshaha noocan oo kale ah waxaan leeyahay aqoontaada bilataa ka roon maal kastoo badane waxa garasho kuu bila tacliin badata weeyaane aqoontaada oo bilataa ka roon maal kastoo badane waxa garasho kuu bila tacliin badata weeyaane waxaan leeyahay sidoo kale dhaqankana waxaan leenahay waxaan ahay dhig iyo udub dhaxalkii awowga midka aan isdhalan rogin lagu dhaataa midkiis hanti dhowrsan baan ahay dhulka hooyo laga helo oo dhaqankeenna iyo culture-keennu waa aad iyo aad buu u muhiim u yahay inaan ku dadaalnana oo aan maaragtay mar walba meel kastoo aan isugu nimaadno aan dhaqankeenna iyo culture-keenna haysanno aad iyo aad bay muhiim inoogu tahay marka aad iyo aad baan kugu mahad celinaya insha allah next time baan idin soo diyaarinayaa qaybo badan waxa weeye waana runtii maaragtay waa habeen aad iyo aad taariikhi inoogu ah caawo kale inaan isu nimaadno oo aan isugu nimaadno sidaan hore u sheegayba maaragtay barnaamijyada noocan oo kale ah marka aqoontaada bilataa ka roon maal kastoo badane waxaa garasho kuu bilaa tacliin badata weeyaane barbaartiiya hablahan baarka firanaya ee qurux bidhaan wacan ka helay badiba Soomaali inta golaha soo buuxisiyo bara aqooneedka baaqaygu wuxuu caawiyahay barasho heer gaara waa baraaran nololeed haddana waa baalka dahabeede baadigoob cilmigii kuu bataad uga baxdaa baahi nololeede waxa garasho ku bila tacliin badata weeyaane baaqaygu wuxuu caawiyahay barasho heer gaara waa mahadsantihiin sidoo kale waxaan leeyahay Soomaalidu waa hayb hidaraac jinsiyadeed halka raas casayr tahay ilaa hilinta dooxada raas gambooni hoyga ah dhulbaruhu halkuu maro dadku waa hal sooco qura midab aanu kala hagin diintuna hal qura tahay lagu habay hikaad qura Soomaaligu u hadal yahay ninka taas hilmaansani ha ogaada caawaba halabuurka maasada murtidiyo hidaha suugaanta haybad weeye dhaqankuyo tixan horeyba loo sheegin codkayga heshee farxiyo hadalkan gaarsiiya waa dee maamadii inoo soo abaabushay codkayga heshee farxiyo hadalkan gaarsiiya hanaan quruxsanlay weeyo hablaha way ugu horeysaaye waa hogolda ay siiya sidii harac qabow badane u horseeda guushu waa horumarkeenniye waa hooyo ururisiyo bulshada hoos u soo baxaye hodan weeye oo aqoonta barasho heer ka gaartay maamulkana habkiisay taqaan heer kastoy tahaye ku hubsada oo u hura dadaal waqaad horumar gaartaane